What's going on, everyone? It's your boy JT. Welcome back to another episode of South Stand Signings. A series, of course, we go through everything happening in and around the world, Leeds United, and we have a little talk about it. And the first man I do want to talk to you all about is this man right here, Mr. Elan of the Meslier, who Leeds United have obviously been trying to get out of the club for a hot minuto now. And Meslier's case has been very unique in the sense that no one's come in for him. We tried to get a decent fee for him, but now it seems Leeds United have resigned to getting only £5 to £6 million for him. 442 are reporting that Leeds have made Meslier available for sale at around £5 to £6 million in a desperate attempt to get someone to buy him. He has reportedly evacuated his premises in Yorkshire, where he used to live and used to reside, should I say, and is now looking for a move away and is ideally looking to move to another country. So we'll let you know on any updates on that, but it does seem Meslier is done at Leeds United. Now, obviously, yesterday we signed Mr. DCL, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and now Leeds United could be given the green light to chase after another Everton striker, this time Beto, who has been told by Everton that he is no longer wanted at the club. He would be available for around £20 million to around £25 million, and for me, are you kidding me, mate? If Leeds actually had any serious intent of signing Beto, I would resign the season there and then. We saw how poor Everton were last year, and you're telling me you want to take three of their attackers, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Jack Harrison and Beto, and think you're going to survive in the Premier League? You must be off your marbles, my son. So I don't see this move happening. I certainly hope this isn't the move we're going for, but it is positive that Leeds are still open to other striking options as things stand. It isn't just other striking options, though, as we touched on Jack Harrison returning. Could Manor Solomon still return to Leeds United? You guys have been very 50-50 on the old Manor Solomon train. Some of you saying, yes, I'll take him back, I don't care, personal reasons. He did what he needed to do. He wanted to go and see if he could play for a Champions League club. Didn't work out. So others, you were saying, listen, mate, he burnt his bridge. Igor Pajau came in, seemed like an upgrade, couldn't get it done. Now we're going back for sloppy seconds in Manor Solomon. Well, according to the Standard on the 14th of August, the 26-year-old, which is today, might I add, the 26-year-old fancies a return to Ellen Road this summer, and Spurs are willing to sell Solomon if the right offer arrives in the coming weeks. Leeds United not necessarily shutting the door on Manor Solomon, but not necessarily pursuing it to a high degree either. Definitely one that's still trickling on, though. And when we talk about some of our other targets we're looking for in the wide areas, maybe Solomon could exceed them. And one of them I do want to touch on is this man, Mr. Noah Okafor from AC Milan, who could soon answer Leeds United's striker call. He's being offered around. This is coming by way of transfer expert Graham Bailey. You could see someone like that. There's definitely an interest from Leeds United to sign Okafor. He's being offered. AC Milan are trying to move him on. He's not really in Allegri's plans massively. He's not bad. He's clearly an upgrade on what Leeds have got. Is he? Is he an upgrade? He's an upgrade on Jack Harrison, yes, but is he an upgrade on Ramazani? No. Is he an upgrade on Nonto? I would still say no. Dan James plays in a completely different position to him. Now, why am I saying he's not an upgrade? Let's have a little look at some of his stats for last season. I mean, 15 games in the Serie A, 5 in the Champions League, in which he only registered 102 in-game minutes, 595 total minutes. As we saw against AC Milan, he is not their first choice target. He is not necessarily even cutting the mustard in a lot of these games. He played 8 times off the left wing, 1 off the right wing, and because of their striking difficulties last season, he was actually subjected to play 5 games down the middle. Do I expect to see him playing down the middle for Leeds United? No. What I would say to caveat that, if Leeds United don't sign another striker, which I hope we do, and it looks like we will do, then we do need someone like Okafor playing down the middle, because he can press and he can give us legs in behind and he can make runs in behind and he can open space up for other people. Because right now, Leeds United have about as much press as a broken tyre. Absolutely no pressure up front, or as much pressure as a broken tyre, should I say, on opposition defences, because we can't press anyone. We don't have anyone breaking the lines up there. Perot tries to press his best, but as we saw in the Championship, not his strong point. I mean, Nemecha is a bit of a rig. He can't really press. And so is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's not really someone who's going to break the lines in behind. He's not blisteringly rapid, and he's not someone who likes to press too much. So, listen, man, I think for me, Okafor, if we're going to get someone who can press up front, could be a good option. But otherwise, on the wide areas, I'd even potentially rather have Manor or Solomon. But let me know what you guys think. Are you enthused about Okafor? Definitely strong links lingering on, but not someone that I would be too keen on. On the other hand, this man, Mr. James Justin, is someone who I would be a little bit more keen on, and the Athletic have had a few things to say about it. They have added in their latest report that Leeds United still have their eyes on a deal for James Justin. He was said to be valued for around £6 million, and Leicester players are being targeted as bigger clubs look to poach their stars. Obviously, it isn't just Justin who Leeds are looking for. It is Bilal El Khannous, but we are still heavily monitoring James Justin. Will we get the deal done quickly? That is yet to be seen. I feel like Leeds might go for another fullback because this story is trickling on, and Leeds are not getting any major update on it. We will get onto El Khannous very, very shortly, though, as Leeds United could also get this man Mitrovic. It is being reported by other outlets, what we stated yesterday, that they could potentially, they being Al Hilal, pay him out of his contract, 25 million euros worth, allowing him to join on a free at Leeds United, which could be very, very exciting. Obviously, we'd have to pay relatively high wages, which could be a bit of an issue, but if we don't have to pay any fee, that could negate that. Now, this is what I am having a little bit of fear on, though, is I was hearing some people talk, I don't know the true efficacy of it, but people saying that Dominic Calvert-Lewin was turning down things like 180 grand a week to stay at Everton in terms of a new contract deal. Now, those are that's definitely paper talk. That's not necessarily 100% confirmed, but that would lead me to believe, how much are Leeds United actually paying Dominic Calvert-Lewin? If we are, how much are we going to pay him for contract-wise to play for Leeds United? That is definitely something that's still up in the air, and I hope it's not too much, because as I was corrected the other day, Jack Harrison is actually currently our highest paid player on a reported £90,000 a week. Bamford shortly behind on £70,000 a week, and we do need to get these guys out of the door very, very quickly so we can pay for higher wage packets. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I don't expect us to pay more than 50, 60 grand a week for someone like him, who I presume is our backup striker, unless if we're bringing him in to be the main number 9, which I think all of us would be rather let down with the fact that we would be getting Dominic Calvert-Lewin as our main striking target. Now, in other news that is slightly more exciting, Bilal El Khannous is still on the radar for Leeds United. We are still the front runners, but we only have a matter of moments to activate his release clause and get him for that cut price fee. If we don't activate his release clause, then guess what? Leicester are going to drive his price through the roof. They're going to demand an extra 5 to 10 million pounds, and Leeds are going to be in a very, very, very bad situation when it comes to El Khannous. And why is this even more of a dangerous situation? Because West Ham are now toying with the idea of stealing Bilal El Khannous away from Leeds United. Newcastle have backed out of the race, which we reported the other day that they were interested, because it seems like Ramsey is the man that they are targeting instead of El Khannous. And now West Ham are testing the water to try and steal him away from Leeds United. Nothing major as of yet. They're just throwing their hat in the race, but Leeds need to hurry up if we're going to get this deal done. It's kind of infuriating that we've been linked with him for ages. The release clause is there, and we don't seem to be making any clear strides to sign him. Why is that? Do we want someone else? I don't know. You guys let me know down below why you think Leeds are taking so long on El Khannous. Now, speaking of other players that are waiting around for a transfer, Schmidt being one of them. Schmidt has agreed a deal with Werder Bremen. Everything seems completely tied up. Personal terms, the whole shebang, shabunts, whatever you want to call it, is done. It's just Leeds United are not willing to sell him until we bring another fullback in. Now, Jayden Bogle is still injured. He's been training for 1 week on grass, as reported by Daniel Fark earlier on today, and he is someone who is expected to play or feature off the bench against Everton. Without signing another fullback, you'd have to presume that Schmidt is going to be the guy who starts there, because we need another fullback ASAP Rocky. Otherwise, Schmidt is going to be lingering around at Leeds United, and things are going to turn pretty ugly pretty quickly. if you ask me, if Leeds are not able to get these deals wrapped up quick enough. And Schmidt is someone who doesn't want to be here. Fark doesn't really trust him, and I'm a bit confused as to why he's playing him so much in pre-season, when last year, whenever we had an issue with the fullback area, we brought in Sam Byram more than we brought in Schmidt. But this year, he wants to bring Schmidt in over Byram. Very, very confusing situation, but Leeds United are still in the hunt for a fullback, and hopefully we can get that deal very, very done, because it seems like Schmidt is becoming rather frustrated with the way Leeds are handling this. Now, speaking of frustrations, there are a few frustrations from Leeds fans about pair match. Not people weren't too keen on the fact that that was our desired sleeve sponsor. I don't really care, to be fair. I'm not really asked about what your organization is, whether it's alcohol, money, gambling, whatever. You're paying the money. At the end of the day, it's a free market. Anyone can bet on, or anyone can pay to sponsor anyone. It's a completely free market. You're not doing anything illegal, so I don't see any problem with it. And they've actually launched a fan campaign for Leeds United fans out there. You'll have the opportunity to win tickets, meet ex-players, and get signed memorabilia. Maybe that's one way of sweetening the deal, but Pair Match are definitely trying to get the fans on board. That is something to potentially get excited about. Now, in final news, Kalimuendo, who rejected a move to Leeds United, is potentially on his way over to Nottingham Forest. That is right. Apparently, there is a £30-odd million deal done. Fabrizio Romano has stated on Twitter that Nottingham Forest have sent a formal bid of €30 million to sign Kalimuendo from Rennes, and negotiations are underway. Unfortunately, that's a big target Leeds United have missed out on, and I hope we go and get a Mitrovic or someone else, because if we're lumbered around with just ECL, that is a bad situation for Leeds United. But let me know down below what you guys think about all of these stories. Who do you think will be the next man in at Leeds United? Please let me know. Drop a name in the comment section down below. Do you think it'll be Okafor, Justin, Solomon, Mitrovic, Khannouss? Who do you think the next man signing for Leeds United will be? And I'm not talking the second or third man. I mean the next signing through the door. Let me know. I'm actually very intrigued to hear what you guys think about that one. For now, though, I will see you very, very soon. It's been a pleasure to talk with you once again. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.